honest, guys. I have no idea who did it. I think I have bits and pieces kind of figured out, but I don't really know, like, how the events kind of played out and really who the killer is. Right now, I'm leaning towards Yasuhiro being the killer, mainly because he seemed really suspicious when we were talking to him about the note. He was trying to deny it, then he started creating lies that like contradicted what he was saying, and he had a piece of candy wrapper that Aoi is supposedly like the only person that has it. So how did he get the candy wrapper? I don't know. It just everything around Yasuhiro seems really suspicious. So I'm leaning towards him, but I am not 100% confident in that. Alright, so this murder is like a locked room, as they were calling it, and Kyoko said that there were 4 types of locked rooms. The first type is where the locked room is created after the murder. Second locked room exists before the murder. Third one, the killer stays in the room until open and then uses that confusion to kind of like sneak into the group. And the fourth one is where it's not a locked room at all. You know, maybe there's a secret entrance or escape or something. And so those are the 4 types of locked rooms. I am leaning towards it being the first one, where the locked room is created after the murder. And I think that they created the locked room by, breaking the window and then sticking their arm in to move the chair in front of the door, and then somehow replacing the window. It seems kind of crazy, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. So, one thing that I found kind of interesting is that both Yasuhiro, and Toko lied about receiving the note. So, Byakuya, Hiro, and Toko all received the note from Sakura, basically saying to meet her in the rec room. And so yeah, all 3 of them received a note. Byakuya is the only one that was truthful and said like, yeah, I received the note, so what, I didn't go. Both Toko and Yasuhiro tried to lie about it. Toko eventually kind of just confessed and just be like, yeah, I received it, I didn't go either. But Yasuhiro really seemed to kind of like push it that he didn't get one, and then he started really lying about it, continued to lie about it, and it just seemed really suspicious about the whole thing. So I'm thinking and hoping it's him. But earlier this week, I was kind of editing and uploading part 40, and so I was skimming through the video trying to see what happened so I can write a video description. And one thing I noticed is that Aoi was the one that first found the poisons in the chem lab, and she's the one that kind of told us about it. I don't know if that's really significant or how that's gonna play into everything, but that is something I noticed when I was uploading part 40 earlier this week. So, yeah, I don't know. I think is that really it that I want to talk about before we get into the evidence? Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and just go over the evidence and we'll talk more about that stuff. The truth bullets. Monokuma file. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. Was she poisoned first and then hit over the head, or was she hit over the head and then poisoned? I'm thinking she was poisoned first. That kind of makes more sense to me. But, which one actually killed her? I don't know. I'm thinking maybe the poison. But then, like, if you're gonna poison her, why hit her over the head? Like, why do both? I don't understand why you would hit her on the head if the poison's gonna kill her. And then I don't understand if... I don't know, it's just so confusing to me. This just does not make sense to me. But yeah, I'm curious which one actually killed her. Was it the head trauma or the poison? And, like, why do both? I don't know. Alright. So, rec room door. A chair had been jammed against the door within the rec room, blocking access from the outside. It is believed that the killer did this to create a locked room scenario. Status of Sakura's body. Sakura was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forward. Traces of blood were found around her mouth, presumably from when she vomited blood. However, there was no injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. Magazine shelf bloodstain. A bloodstain was found in front of the shelf of magazines. The blood is presumed to be Sakura's. There's currently no explanation for how bloodstain would have appeared so far away from where the victim was found. So this bloodstain was from when she was vomiting blood. Because of the poison, I think she was vomiting, and then she went to just go sit down, and that kind of explains why the bloodstain is far away. Polka dot candy wrapper. At one point, Aoi had been injured and taken to the nurse's office. After she was taken care of, she gave a piece of candy to Sakura, which had this type of wrapper. According to Aoi, she had monopolized this candy as soon as it became available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult to impossible. How did Yasuhiro receive a candy? Did Aoi maybe for some reason give him a piece of candy? Did Aoi give Sakura multiple pieces of candy, and when Yasuhiro killed Sakura, he took one? I don't know. I do not know. Glass shards on the floor. There were pieces of red glass scattered near the table in the rec room. After finding the top and bottom pieces, it was concluded that the shards must have come from a bottle. Figure on the floor. A monokuma figure was found laying on the rec room floor. It would fit roughly in the palm of your hand. Right. Monokuma bottles. There are a number of red bottles on a shelf in the rec room. Inside each bottle is a monokuma figure. Additionally, there seems to be some kind of unknown correlation between the bottles. Okay. So, it looks like each monokuma figure is holding a different chess piece. So the ones still on the shelf are the pawn, the rook, the bishop, and the king. The ones missing is the knight and the queen. The knight was found on the floor. The queen is still missing. Alright, empty protein drink. An empty protein drink was found near the rec room door. The container had a label reading Chem A2. The shards of glass from the window that was broken to get in the room were found around and underneath the container. Alright, so I think this kind of explains maybe how the killer created the locked room. So I think they broke the window, kind of moved stuff around, and then repaired the window. And I think that kind of explains how some of the glass was found underneath the container. It's because the window was broken twice, once from the killer and then once from us when we tried getting access into the room. That's what I'm kind of thinking. And why? Okay, a locker handprint. A fresh handprint was found inside the rec room's open locker. Since the locker was opened before they opened the locker room, there's no way someone was hiding in there before they arrived. I think somebody was waiting inside there, and they were gonna surprise Sakura and just smack her over the head with the glass bottles. So I think somebody was hiding in there, just waiting for their opportunity to just smack Sakura over the head. Wait a minute. I wonder if maybe there were 2 attempts to kill Sakura. Like if 2 people tried killing her without really knowing. You know, maybe one person tried poisoning her, and then the other person tried smacking her over the head with the glass bottles. That might explain why, you know, she was attacked with poison and the glass bottles, and not just only one. Because if it was one killer, like I was saying earlier, why do both? If you know you're gonna poison her, why smack her over the head with a glass bottle? Or maybe they tried poisoning her and didn't seem like it was working, so then they tried finishing her off with the glass bottles. I don't know. I don't know. I have so many questions. Okay, I always account. Sakura had written notes to Toko, Byakuya, and Yasuhiro asking them to meet her in the rec room by noon. She had slid these notes underneath each person's room door. Okay. Byakuya confirmed that he received Sakura's note, but he also claimed that he never went to see her, and in fact had not seen her at all that day. Byakuya was the only one that was being truthful about the notes. Toko confirmed that she received Sakura's notes, but also claimed that she never went to see her. She tried lying about it at first, but eventually kind of confessed. Pocket trash. A small bit of garbage accidentally fell out of Yasuhiro's pocket. It was a piece of paper with red polka dots on it. So this looks like the candy wrapper, right? So that looks the same. But how did he get that? I don't know. Yellow powder. Yellow powder was found on the instep of Sakura's foot. Do we have... Okay, so there's the powder, okay. Kyoko's examination summary. Sakura suffered 2 blows to the head, not one. No blood was found on either of her hands. Monokuma bottle experiment. Okay, all of the Monokuma bottles appear to be roughly the same weight. However, when the bottle shards were weighed against an intact bottle, the shards were found to be heavier. Okay, so I think they smacked Sakura over the head with 2 bottles. The one with the knight chess piece inside and one with the queen chess piece inside. Because 2 of the bottles were kind of missing from the shelf. So yeah, 2 bottles were used, and I think the shard pieces that we picked up were from 2 bottles, and that's why it weighs more than just 1 intact bottle. Because really we're weighing 1 intact bottle against 2 broken bottles. But then, where is the other chess piece? And why remove it? You know, I don't think it really matters that there were 2 bottles used. Like, why try to hide that fact? You know? But yeah, 2 bottles were used. And we're weighing 2 broken bottles against 1 fully intact. That's why the 2 broken ones weigh more. The broken glass weighs more. Because it's 2 bottles, not 1. Okay. Magazine time message. On the magazine shelf, 1 magazine had been put back upside down. Inside this magazine, Toko's name had been written in blood. It is said that there was no blood on Sakura's fingers. Where was that said at? Damn, I think we just saw it, didn't we? From the hand, number of red bottles, correlation. Underneath. Handprints in the locker room. Initiation, okay. Yeah, Sakura suffered 2 blows. No blood was found on either of her hands. So if no blood was on her hands, she could not have written this message. So the real killer is trying to frame Toko. So I think Toko's innocent. She didn't do it. Chem lab shelf. On the shelf in the chem lab, section A contains supplements, section B contains reagents, and section C contains harmful chemicals. A bottle of poison labeled as section C had been placed in section A on the shelf. There was a broken bottle in front of the chem lab shelf, which was labeled Chem C4. The powder on the floor is assumed to have come from this. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled after the incident took place. Someone had left footprints in the powder spilled in the chem lab. These footprints appeared only near the leftmost section of the shelf. From this, it can be assumed that the suspect only had business in this area. Okay, so Byakuya actually measured up our footprints along with these and found that the footprints here, the footprints in the powder, are actually smaller than our feet. Now, I don't know if that's really useful information or important, but some powder was found on Sakura's feet. However, Sakura is a pretty big girl. She's fucking huge, and I would assume that her feet would be bigger than ours. But these footprints are supposedly smaller than our feet, so I don't know if these belong to Sakura or not. I don't know if I'm reading more into that then it's there. But yeah, these footprints are smaller than ours, and Sakura is a pretty big girl, and I think it's safe to assume that her footprints and her feet are bigger than ours. So I don't know if these footprints are really hers. Again, I could be reading more into that, but I just wanted to mention that. Okay, that was kind of long, but with all that out of the way, let's finally go ahead and start the next class trial. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly and as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely? Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened for the fourth time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. And that's where we're gonna end today's video. Thank you for just messing with y'all. We'll go a little bit longer since I spent so long going over my theories and evidence. So we'll go a bit longer. Set skills. I don't think we received any new skills. Maybe we did. Lost some time. Increase the time limit for each phase. Okay. Steadies your aim a little. Effective during non-stop debate and the hangman's gambit. Okay. Vocabulary. Increases bullet capacity. We definitely, I think, want that. 2 bullets at once, we want that. Damage to opponent was deemed destroyed effectively, we want that. There's the bullet rate of fire. Increases time limit for each phase. I don't think I've really ran out of time that much, so we'll unequip that. And vocabulary, okay. Trial, all rise. Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin? We already know who did it. Well, deja vu. The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hito. It was one of you. Idiot. I had nothing to do with it. Yeah, I'd never killed someone. No way. I don't want to hear your stupid excuses. Hina seems really sure that one of these 3 is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Make your arguments. I always account. Okay. It was one of you. Let's go for help first. It's been a while since the last class trial, and I might have forgotten some of the controls and gameplay mechanics, so let me go over this real quick. Concentration, holding down the RB button. You can concentrate and slow down the passage of time. Consume focus, fast forward, hold B to speed up the debates. Weak spots. Okay, Y is to fire the truth bullets. Quick select. Okay. If you're targeting, then hold down the Y button. You can use that weak spot as a temporary bullet later in the argument. Okay, silencer. Okay. One of you killed Sakura. And what reason do you have for saying so? Because you all had a motive. You hated her. Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have. That's slow. It's about as slow as you can get. Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those 3 specifically. I'm sure she's mentioned it before. One of you. Oops. Okay, maybe not that one. There you go. Counter. Another reason to suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right? Yeah. And that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her. I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Make your argument. Pocket trash. to see her. I didn't either. Yeah, same. I never saw her. That's a lie. Come on, there's no way none of you went. At least one of you is lying. Yeah, there's a clear contradiction in something one of them just said now. If they didn't go see Sakura, then how can they explain it? Okay. Okay, I think those two are telling the truth. He's lying. Okay. Hito, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots. What's that got to do with anything? Red polka dots. That's got to be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura. No, it's ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse. In that case, Hito, where did you get that piece of candy? From Sakura. It's the only explanation. Well, I mean, yeah, sure, I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her. When did she give it to you? The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right? Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then. But what Hito said can't be right, because Sakura could have only gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know this is Sakura left candy too much to share when Sakura got the candy. Yeah. I'm not sure about that, Hito. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy. Damn it. What I meant was, oh, that's right, I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that? Why the sudden hostility? But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me. You lying about it is just making you more suspicious. Just tell the truth. Holy shit. You're acting incredibly suspicious. Yes. You're acting incredibly suspicious. More hostility. It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof. Proof? What are you talking about? I'm talking about her shining message. What would a shining message even be? He's talking about her name in the magazine, right? Yeah. At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message, just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka. That's true. I saw it for myself. See, Toko did it. What are you even saying? No way, I didn't do it. You just don't know when you're beat, do ya? Hito, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers? Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body, duh. But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. Holy shit. Is this trial gonna go by like super fast? Cause he's like, oh my god. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself. Hold on. Yeah, I was thinking, because Sakura's body, she didn't have any blood on her fingertips. So she didn't write the message. That's where I thought I was going with it. But no, Kyoko was just, oh my god. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf. Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right? That's right, looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime after we started the investigation. If that's true, then what Hito just said doesn't really make sense, does it? Doesn't make sense. What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense. There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation. was discovered. And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. Tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words. What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. But at that time, where was the magazine? Okay. The message. Investigation had begun. I think we need to take that. I pulled it out. I saw her final words. Okay. And then I think we need to shoot that. Ah, crap. Up. Gotta grab it again. Alright, just fast forward through this stuff. Alright, oh crap, did I miss it? Yeah, that was that one. Shit. Alright, loop back around. Shit. There we go. Break. When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message? Hold on, you're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko. I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us. Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place? Yeah. No, we can't. I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. No, because she didn't have any blood on her fingers. So how did she write it? 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true. Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Moment of truth. Okay. There you go, final strike. Yeah. Got it. Break. I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger, but both of her hands were completely free of blood. Say what? Then who did write it? Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He admits it. I figured as much. But why would you write something like that? Because I killed her. Is this trial already ending? Holy shit. You're admitting to killing her. Please, let me just explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room. Right before noon, just like it said. You just did exactly as the note asked. What a fool. And when I got there... Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks. And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something. This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm gonna end everything. As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So, of course, I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. But she was poisoned as well. Did Yasuhiro have anything to do with that? I think I was correct where two people actually tried killing her. One was Yasuhiro and the other was somebody else. Yasuhiro tried killing her with the broken bottle, and somebody tried killing her with the poison. I have a really bad feeling that Aoi was the one that poisoned Sakura, and I really hope that's not the case. But I don't know, I guess we'll see. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across the magazine on the table, and I ran away. I can't believe you. You're the worst. I hope you die. Well, that's what happened. Go ahead, roast me, boil me, do whatever you want. You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it. No, I think there's more to Hito's story. What are you talking about? What else could there be? There's one thing that Hito's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed. So what is it that Hito did that doesn't make sense? And I'm gonna stop the video right here. And so it does seem like two people tried to kill her without really knowing, I guess. Hito tried killing her and somebody else. Hito didn't succeed, I'm guessing, and whoever poisoned her is the actual killer in Blackened. Like I said, I have a really bad feeling that Aoi is the one that killed her and poisoned her. I really hope that's not the case. But yeah, I guess we'll figure it out next time. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.